Good morning. I am Grandma's on the Go, Cecilia from Grandma's on the Go, and I'm coming to you from Tanzania. And I wanted to share some of my experiences. This is my video log. Just there's so many different things that's happening, and I find quite interesting. So let's get started, okay? All right. So I came to Africa about a year ago, in 2020, during the COVID pandemic. And I stayed for a month to decide where I wanted to live. I decided on East Africa because I saw so many other YouTubers. And I decided that I like East Africa. I liked Magufuli, I liked what he stood for, and I liked what was happening at the time. Unfortunately, he was taken out. He did not pass away by natural causes. Everyone knows that here in Africa, but no one's really talking about it. So when I came out, it was election time when I decided to move out, and all of my things came, including my dog. Say hi, Winky.
Yes, he's a California dog. He's like, hey, I travel.
He even went up against a mongoose. Later days, I have video of that, and he's so proud of himself. Mongoose are very dangerous, and he couldn't have taken it down without the help of his pack. So anyway, he goes wherever I go. So what happened was the election was going on, and all internet was jammed because Magufuli did not want the West to get involved and skew the results. I agree with that because the West is known for doing that, especially the United States. Anyway, so I ended up going to Kenya. And I tried Kenya for 10 months. And I agree with the Black Unicorn, Lucia, because they see us as ATM. They will side with their own, even if they know that they are ripping you off. They'll still stand by that person and allow them to rip you off. And I find it to be true here in Tanzania. And that was one of my most disappointing things. It's okay that they don't accept me as one of their own. I've kind of felt like a fish out of water in the United States. I've traveled all over for my job, and I've lived all over. And I'm used to being an outsider observer, so that's okay with me. But to come as, oh, my brother, my sister, oh, welcome, breathe the fresh air, but then come with their hand out. In the United States, the culture is, I do you a favor, you do me a favor. Okay, I owe you, you owe me, whatever. I'll call in a favor later on. I might need you for something else. Here, everything comes with a price. If they drive you someplace, if they give you directions, because in not Kenya, but in Tanzania, that U2 song, The Streets Have No Names, they have no names. And if you're trying to find a friend, if you're trying to find a business, there's no names. You have to have them on WhatsApp, drop a pin. They drop a pin for what's close to their business or their home. And then you have to go to a motorcycle driver, which in Tanzania they're called pikis. They have no driver's license. They don't care. I got a video as to how they're all over the road. They make their own way. They'll go on the sidewalks where people are walking. They'll come around cars. They do the same thing in Kenya, but even worse. In Kenya, they'll rob you. They'll do a smash and grab of your window, just like in South Africa. It's crazy shit, crazy stuff. Excuse my language. Anyway, so I left Kenya to come back to Tanzania because I got tired of the begitis and major begitis. So I came back to Tanzania, and I felt that it's safer for me to walk. I can walk around as a woman and not have to have a weapon. I can drive my car and not have to worry about a motorcycle person trying to rob from me, only to be surprised that I have my Dobermans in the car. They've never seen Dobermans. Yeah, Dobermans will let you know real soon, you know. But so funny enough, I also have a Queensland Healer. And she will jump on top of a dog and rip its damn fur out, trying to get to its jugular. She's evil. Love her. She's my road dog. She rides around on my motorcycle sidecar when I have one. And she goes on horseback riding, trail rides with me. Oh yeah, I did bring my horses. I've got them, and that's another video. My daughter gave lessons when we first came out here. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but back to how they treat us. So there are a larger group of diaspora here from the United States, foundational Black Americans or African Americans, however they choose to call themselves, because I don't know what the lineage is. Do they go back to the United States, slavery, or someplace else like the Caribbean? It's hard to tell. But what I have noticed is the division. And I see it on Twitter, and I see it here, how what they define as a Black person, um, that colorism stuff, even within our own community, I find it very disheartening. Because if you look differently, your eyes are a different color, you're lighter, your hair. I mean, I'm tired of people talking about, oh, you got that good hair. Really? Because, girl, it took me 20 minutes, a lot of water, and some crying and some prayer to get this thing to smooth down. And then I had to use Got to Be Glued to glue my edges. And that, if you want to call that good, whatever. It wraps around a hairbrush, it wraps around a comb, it breaks off easily. And I look like Macy Gray on a good day. Look like Don King on a bad day. So back to whatever. So the divisionism. They choose who they will support and who they won't. And I notice we have a group on WhatsApp, and a lot of people leave because we've come to, we've decided to form our own community since the acceptance is very low here. And to the point of, because there's so many of us here, they try to turn you into immigration. And it's hard to buy land. It's hard to start a business because everyone has their hand out. Like I said, ATM big time. They want bribe for this, bribe for that. The police here are a lot nicer than ones in Kenya, because I had to tell one of them, there's a lot of us coming here, because what they do is they don't have police cars. They want to drop in the back of your car in the middle of whoever's there and demand that you drive to the station. Mm-hmm. You make it there, I'm all for that. You get in my vehicle, you get what you get. Anyway, back to other things. The ones here in Tanzania are very nice. They leave me alone. They know me. But it is the locals that want to turn you into immigration and cause all kinds of issues. And, it's like even my landlord I have now, I'm the one that told him what I needed to get my further paperwork with immigration. Told him that 3 months ago. Requested it from him. Yet to get the paperwork. But the other day, he's busy talking about asking me questions regarding my immigration status. Well, that's none of your motherfucking business. If you didn't give me my paperwork that I needed, I had to go ahead and bribe to get what I needed to go on with my residency permit. But you're going to start asking me, and then when I confront you, you say, well, they're very strict. Well, if you know how strict they are, why didn't you give me my damn paperwork? I mean, this is the thing. She calls herself Yay, and I'm calling her out. I think her name is not Catherine, but something else. I'm going to find out what her true name is. She's 50-something. Girl is 50-something girl. I'm 50-something too. Marry somebody that is in his 20s. And what do you think's going to happen? You marry a Tanzanian that's in his 20s, okay? Pull me in the middle of that mess. Another story. Anyway, so she, as an American, said, you can trust me. Her husband's like, I speak my Swahili to help you. His name is Charles. And turned out they ripped me off by $200 US. If you're that desperate that you're gonna rip me off for 6 months, $200 US, which comes out to $1,200, okay, to pocket, because you need to pay your bills. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think happened to her? She's in hiding. Yes, because we Americans don't take that very lightly. We have long memories. We will find you. So within the very group that she was monitoring, the diaspora, yeah, she's hiding. I know where she is. That's okay. I'm gonna get her when I'm ready. I'm gonna let it cook nice and long. See, because they say revenge is better served cold. Yeah. A dish that's better served up cold. Anyway, so here's the cautionary tale. Not only will your own rip you off, But the locals will rip you off and try to cheat you and try to bribe you and try to do things to slow you down. But I'm where God wants me to be, and I'm doing what I'm here to do, which is healthcare. And right now, I'm in negotiations with the government to start my clinics and my hospital and things like that. And I'm working on the funding now with other people from the states. So I do what I do. And evidently, most of the people that came here aren't the best and the brightest, and they're here to run game. So watch out for those, because there are some people that here just want to do themselves and want to have a better life for their families and get in touch with where their ancestors came from. I respect that. I've come across them in the store shopping, and I am happy to have met them. But I like to stay by myself too, and I respect that greatly. But there's the other group, which seems to outnumber a lot of people, that want things for free, want to take what you have, and will keep it moving. And they're the hoorah niggas, as my mother used to call them, and my other family members that are really ghetto and have never had anything, and they don't know how to handle things. They don't know how to be polite. They don't know how to be businesslike. They don't know how to not stick out. They don't know how to treat people, which is causing issues wherever we're landing, because they get in your face. They, for the most part, are rude. Not all of them. Not all of them. But it's causing division, and it's causing more strife than what it was. Because when I came last year, it was cool. You still had the ATM to end the white savior complex, but kind of ignored that and kept it moving. Now, when they find out that you are from America and you're African American, they want a bigger bribe, and it's like there's anger, and there's resentment, and a lot of other things that weren't there before, and I find that concerning. So anyway, I will finish journaling to let you know. I will be not all over the place. I'll just keep it on point, and yeah, I'll share how much it was to bring my horses over. I'm going to share my journey as to opening up my clinics, the Zoom calls, different things like that after the fact, because I don't want anything to get in the way of my funding and what I'm doing. But as we break ground, as we do different things, and bring excellent health care here to the people that really need it, and outlying communities, then you can welcome my journey. If you want to be a part of my journey, you can go ahead and help through Patreon. But whether or not you do, you're more than welcome to follow my journey and take life lessons. Keep what's good, throw away whatever's not useful, discard it. But yeah, so quickly about myself. I should have done it in the beginning. I'm Cecilia, 59. Yeah, 59. Yeah, adult children. And I decided, with all of my coworkers and my employees, because I have my own business, passing away. They've lived stressful lives. Healthcare is very stressful because it's the only business that you can be sued personally and lose everything that you've ever had. Working at McDonald's, you don't get that. Working in an office, you don't get that unless you're an attorney or something like that. But in healthcare, yeah, everybody wants to sue. Hospitals will throw you under the bus. So, two good friends of mine passed away. One, cancer, she had at 18 and had a double mastectomy. Lived cancer free, got um, not Cushing's, but celiac, and then was looking forward to retirement, and the cancer came back, and it was aggressive. And then she had cardiac issues and had to wear a Zolvest because her ejection fraction was like 25%. That means your heart is only working at 25%. You need at least 50 to circulate and be okay. 25%. And then she died. And when the market fell out in 2008, her husband stopped working. She was supporting her husband for 10 years. He's not working. Really? Okay. And she died, and her family really wasn't there for her. I went to the memorial because somebody else had set it up from work, and they were crying crocodile tears. And here I sat with this woman who slept in her car because her husband was awful to her because he chose his mother after 40 years of marriage, 50 years of marriage. You're still hanging on to your mother, okay? Mother outlived her. And whatever. And then another friend of mine, his cancer came and he died, and work went on, life went on. And it's a lesson I've learned a lot, and I've seen a lot, that hospitals, companies will demand that you be there. They want you there, they want you there. But then when you get sick and when you die, they're not there for you. They're not there for your family. They don't care. They just keep it moving. They fill your position and keep going. And no one from our company showed up at any of those funerals other than her coworkers. And no one showed up at his funeral. So I thought, my kids are living their own life, and why am I still there? I mean, to be rolled out for birthdays and holidays, to say hi to the grandkids and everything, or to babysit when they need me, that's not the life I want for myself. So I want you guys to join me on my next journey, my next adventure. I'm going to take the experiences and things that God has brought to my life and what He's put in my heart to do, and share that with you. And I look forward to you guys becoming a part of my family and my friends and my co-workers in this, because any medical people or anyone that has any kind of input, um, do leave a message in the comment section, because you might see something that I don't see. And yeah, I take that into consideration, because when I worked in the ER, we were all equal. The nurses, the doctors, the techs. There are things the techs knew, like the rapid infuser and stuff. The rest of us didn't. And to open up one of those packs was, at the time, $25,000. So an in-service was done, because it was a trauma center, on the use of the rapid infuser. And guess who taught it? Was the tech, who was an EMT but was working as a tech. And at least on night shift, I can't speak for day shift. I always worked a night shift because we were always oddballs. I arranged for an in-service, and everyone sat there and learned, including the physicians, because I liked working with that group of physicians, including the trauma surgeons, because they didn't feel that anything was beyond them to learn. And when you stop learning is when you stop living. So any information that you might have to share, anything that could help me from stepping on a landmine and delaying anything I need to do, I greatly appreciate that. So have a great day, and look forward to hearing from you again. Thanks, or seeing you guys again.